Haribol Maharaj, please accept my humble obeisances, all glorious to Srila Prabhupada. I'm very happy, and you may be a little surprised, and I'm very happy to be with you today, although we're separated by many miles. But I wish I could be there with you there in India today. At the moment I'm in Lisbon in Portugal, and we just want to offer our humble obeisances and to speak on this wonderful occasion, and to be with your disciples also. Memories, so many memories we must have of our time together over the last 50 years or so. My first time, if many of you don't know, even you, Maharaj, may not realize it, but in 1971, probably in September or October, in Bury Place, 1971, I was visiting as a guest, and somehow or another, it so happened that nobody really preached to me personally about the philosophy when I was visiting in those days. 2 or 3 times had already been. You were the first devotee who actually preached philosophy to me, and you picked up the Bhagavad Gita. It would have been that little one in those days, that kind of purple Gita, and you opened it at 246 in the Bhagavad Gita, and I don't think it even had Sanskrit. Now, of course, we have Yavanarta, Dipane, Saptaksam, Platodike. All purposes that are served by a small pond are served by the great reservoir of water. And it really convinced me, practically speaking, just a few minutes you preached to me on this verse. It convinced me that, Krishna consciousness was the all-encompassing solution to everything. You don't need to make separate endeavors to get your pleasure or whatever it is from, other sources, being very attached to various things like music and what have you. I was thinking, how can you just satisfy yourself with just chanting and devotional service? But that really convinced me, and I would say, not just that moment, but throughout your whole life, at least in my association, my good fortune to associate with you in various places like Malaysia, England in the beginning, of course, but particularly in Malaysia over the years, and a few other places here and there we've met, no doubt. Maybe in Singapore, India, a few places, but mainly in England and in Malaysia. How much that same resolve, that same conviction, that we just have to put our faith in Srila Prabhupada and his instructions, and you're a living representative of somebody who's just hung on, not just hung on, but completely absorbed yourself in Prabhupada's instructions throughout your life. And it was my foundational instructions specifically. Can't build a decent building without a decent foundation. And you've always been such an exemplary example of a foundational devotee. And that's not, of course, that is not a limit to put a limit on your devotion in any way. But that foundation and the emphasis on that foundation has always been one of your wonderful examples for all of us in this Krishna consciousness movement. Your sheer enthusiasm for sharing Krishna consciousness and practically demonstrating it with your own daily lives. So I'd like to thank you very much for all the association, all the inspiration which you're sharing today and which you've given to us in the past, and I hope one day I'll be able to render you some service in your service to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you for being what you are, and thank you for inspiring so many devotees, disciples, other devotees around the world, and being very open-hearted but non-compromising. Hare Krishna. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I wish you all the best, and I hope for many, many years to come, Maharaj, you can inspire devotees and go forward in your devotion to Srila Prabhupada and give your kind association to the world which so much needs devotional association more than ever before. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. His Holiness Bhakti Vinashna Singha Maharaj ki jai. God of Premanandi, Haribo from Lisbon. Hare Krishna. Jai.